years here in San Diego, most San Diegans have had their trash collected with no additional fees.
Well, now the city is considering charging for trash and recycling services, and you can weigh in. Jeremy Bauer, the Assistant Director of San Diego's Environmental Services Department, is joining us now. Jeremy, good morning. Thanks for being here.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Okay, let's get right to this. The big question from Moab, why? Because we know there's a history here. It's been 100 years. We're the only city that doesn't. We've heard all those arguments, but why now?
So in 2022, a couple years ago, the people passed a Measure B, which changed the People's Ordinance. The measure did not create a fee itself, but what it did is two things. First, it clarified our customer base. That's the single-family homes and the multifamily of 4 units or less on a lot, and it removed the ban on a fee. So in response to that change, the city began this public process to engage directly with residents, really to take the opportunity to speak to them. What do they like about their service? What enhancements, if any, would they like to see? And then whether what that would cost, so we can complete a study.
Yeah, and you're currently right now the city is narrowing down a lot of that feedback. There's been a number of city meetings, workshops, things of that nature. In fact, they're going on this week. What can you tell us so far about some of the feedback and input that you've gotten about whether the services that people want to see and whether or not they think adding a fee is worth it?
Absolutely. Some of the things we hear about are frustrations about broken containers, especially when they break through the matter of our operations and the fees associated with replacing them. There's a lot of interest in curbside bulky item pickup, things like old sofas or dressers. Interest in more options for recycling, whether it's more frequent recycling. Right now, as you may know, it's biweekly. Some, about half, have been expressing interest in weekly recycling. And more options for household hazardous waste, things like batteries, paints, fluids, and what to do with those items.
We've had 8 of these community meetings as mentioned here. So how eventually, ultimately, how will this decision be made?
So we are putting together a study we'll be presenting to City Council in February, starting with the Environment Committee of City Council. Based on that feedback, we'll present an additional iteration to full City Council in March. If City Council votes to go to the next step, we'll then send mailers to each household that would potentially be impacted by this fee. If fewer than half of those protest, we would do a final public hearing with full City Council in June. City Council would vote whether to proceed with the fee at that point.
So it would be a City Council vote ultimately. And what do you mean when you say if less than half of the people protest? What do you mean by that?
So under the state constitution, as amended by Proposition 218, if a local jurisdiction is to create a fee, they have to give those who would be impacted the opportunity to protest in writing. And so if more than half...
So actually write a letter, official letter to protest.
Correct.
Let's go back to Measure B, where you mentioned that there was in the writing there a lot of legalese in these measures and propositions. We just went through a lot of that in the November election. Do you think, because I've gotten a couple of viewers who have mentioned to me, I didn't know that that was in Measure B when I voted for it the way that it was proposed to the voters. They didn't know there was this thing to remove the ban on fees for services such like, what do you tell those people who feel like, well, I didn't know that's what it was in Measure B. That's not how it was presented to me when I voted for it.
Yes, absolutely. So I've been telling people thank you for coming to our meetings and thank you for sharing our feedback. We have been taking notes down. Every comment we receive, we're reading. We're summarizing that for our elected leaders to the mayor's office, our briefings with the city council members. We want to make sure that we collect the feedback, and we first want to thank people for coming. We can't convey that feedback if people don't come to our meetings, and so every time we hear something, first thing we say is thank you for sharing.
Is there an easy way perhaps that folks can get in on providing the feedback? I mean, I know we're going to end on the note of the meetings that are currently going on, but in terms of doing something online, is that something open to anyone at any time?
It's like the question was planted. That's so perfect. So ideally, the one-on-one in person is the best, but the online survey is available 24/7. We have a website we've created, cleangreenSD.org. We have a live survey. This is actually the second iteration of the survey. Our first round of outreach, we had a survey. So if you already completed that first survey, I invite you to fill out the second one. It's really great data. It's the most quantitative data that we're getting. So if people have time to fill that out, I really welcome that. The website also has a free-form portal if people just want to type in free-form comments. We're reading every comment.
If this passes and the fee is implemented, going back to the busted trash cans and everything that we currently have to pay for, so would we still have to pay for replacement of trash cans on top of the fees?
So we're part of what we're hearing from residents are the different potential enhancements they would like to see. and we're costing out what it would cost to implement those options. So one of the enhancements would be either free containers at the onset, delivering new trash and recycling containers, as well as potentially replacing them as we go along.
So just to clarify, this is for the city of San Diego. I wanted to lastly ask about the timing of this, and people are struggling. You know, you've heard this argument before. The city of San Diego voters rejected Measure E. This seems like something that would be in the hands of the city council, not the voters. Why not put this to a vote of the people?
So Measure B was a vote to the people.
Again, Measure B, yeah.
Correct. And then the other opportunity, Measure B was open to all voters in the city. For the Proposition 218 protest, there's an opportunity for just those who would potentially be impacted to have another chance to express their protest.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see what happens, I guess. When would this, when do
Isn't
the
it
meetings end?
June of 2025?
June
Is
2025
that
would be the
goal?
final vote. And until then, Friday, there's a virtual open house. There's
Right.
English and Spanish. And then our last in-person open house is in PB on Tuesday at 5:30. If you'd like to come in person, I'll be there. I look forward to speaking with everyone.
All right, we'll be tracking this for sure. Jeremy Bauer, we thank you for the time this morning.
Thank you for the
Thank
time.
you.
Have a great day.
We'll be right back.